Right, hello to anybody that's watching. I'll wait for a few people to get into the stream and start chatting to me before I start playing properly, because obviously I don't want to start going through more of the game without people seeing it. So what I'm just going to do at the moment is look around here and see if there's any sort of money or anything hidden around. Yeah, I beat Joe Mama. But yeah, I've played this game through a couple of times, but I've not done it on stream before. I haven't played it in years, so obviously I want to just do it. But I kind of like to get more people into games like this, because there's quite a lot of like kids that watch my videos. I ideally want to sort of you know, culture them a bit in games, not all the COD pew pew crap. Get them to play stuff that's a bit more interesting than a lot of the mainstream stuff that's out there at the moment. I don't know what mask that is off the top of my head. Is that an industrial one? Right, I'll start going to the next area. So we're not going to be in the desert anymore, we're actually going to like the jungle bit. And this is what looks really nice in this game, is actually as you get away from the desert to like the more lush kind of forest stuff.
Oh, indeed. With my laptop, I was able to figure out the problem with the core mechanics.
Right, cheers Jake. But yeah, that's what I'm trying to play on here, is not play stuff that's really well known or modern. Just because I don't actually enjoy those games all that much. So I think the streams are probably better when I'm playing games I actually really enjoy. And, you know, for a similar reason, it's actually good if you can get people into playing stuff that's more interesting. I think that's all those crystals from there. This is the HD remake I'm playing right now. I assume it's probably an industrial mask then, because the only Canadian military masks I know are the C3 and C4. Yeah, looks like there's one up there I can grab. Probably easier to do this in first person than it is third person. Precision. Oh shit. Precision climbing. I might do more videos on crossbows. The problem is finding stuff to do I've not already done, because there are lots of crossbow videos if you watch my older videos. And, you know, finding time to do it, because the problem is if I'm outside doing stuff in the garden, I need to ideally only be doing it when other people aren't around. I take it you mean the GP5 S10 just because it's a more modern, robust mask, but either if you had a working filter would be fine, assuming the mask's in good condition. But like an FM12 is better than S10 just because it's newer. Very rarely. I've been actually playing Oblivion again recently, but Morrowind is by far my favourite of the Elder Scrolls games. Alright, I'll save it now I'm into the jungle. Or like the forest, whatever you want to call it. Is there something stopping me going back that way? Ah yeah, he's meant to have jumped down or it's collapsed behind him.
Switch to your infrared, boys! He's hiding in the bushes!
I mean, technically, if it's only shortwave infrared, that's not going to help you see somebody hiding in the bushes. If it was long-wave infrared, if you want the nerdy facts, that would help because that's thermal. But shortwave infrared is just literally like the night vision I've got, where it uses invisible light to the human eye to project light out. Well, the CT12 is my favourite, not the FM12, but that is the same series of masks. Just because the CT12 doesn't have a drinking tube on. But yeah, I prefer it to the M50 because the M50 is not 40mm. If I had a C50, which is the M50 in 40mm, then that might be a bit closer, which I prefer out the two. But where's this one? It says, according to my map, I'm right next to him, unless he's on top of that tower. But the thing is, the reason I like the CT12 so much is it's just comfortable and it does everything right, and it's simple enough that there's nothing that's really complex that's going to break on it. Is that guy on top of the tower, or is he on a platform on that tower? Like that big oil drum thing. So I really can't see him. Ah, good, Mike. Yeah, I've just gone from the bit where I've been in the desert and now I'm going into the forest, because the rest of the game now was like in the foresty sort of place. Got fuzzles. How am I doing on full on fuzzles? Okay, there's some treasure. Other people have to answer. I won't be able to tell you, but my internet should be uploading fine at the moment. So if you're getting stuff, I'd assume it would be your end, or YouTube just doing something to the stream that's causing problems. Right, there's one.
I saw him.
There's one that keeps saying that, but I can't see where that guy is at all. I'm assuming he's meant to be on the very top of that, like, oil drum thing. Or, like, water tank, but... I think some of those masks are the exact same masks, they're just given different names, but as far as I'm aware, it's just the M50 and C50. M50 being those proprietary filters. C50 being the 40mm one. So the PC50 is probably just another name for the C50. Unless it's one that's been made to be cheaper, but only for riot use, I have no idea. Or it just comes with particle-only filters rather than CBRN filters. I really don't know, but... you know. I'm full on boom bats, okay, I'm full on fuzzles. Yeah, I have no idea where this one is. So I've just gone in the full circle, haven't I, at the moment, around the, He's actually shooting at me now, so... He's got to be on the... Ah, yeah, he is. He's just... You can't obviously get him when he's sat right in the middle of it. Right, okay. That makes sense. So it is actually a slightly different mask then. To be honest, if I was to get one, I'd rather have a PC50 then, because, you know, like I said, I have no real use for drinking tubes as a civilian anyway. You know, which is why I like my CT12 more than the FM12, because the mask is both lighter and doesn't have a drinking tube. Because like I said, I don't think drinking tubes are bad. In theory, they're really good, but just in most masks, they never seem to do the drinking tubes well enough. That for me, as somebody who wouldn't really need a drinking tube on a mask, they just get in the way more than they'd actually be useful. But yeah, like a drinking tube in and itself is actually a good idea, because I've had people go like, oh, you're a fucking idiot. Don't you know that drinking tubes are great? Well, only if you're actually in the military you'll have a reason for it. If you're a civilian, you really don't need a drinking tube, because the idea of a mask is you put it on to evacuate, not to sit around in it, which I don't think a lot of people understand. And I'm not saying that like to have a go at anybody on the stream, it's just, you know, when I've had people I've had to block before who have a go at you, because they think they're really smart, because, oh no, the more features on the gas mask the better it is, where really, as a civilian, you don't need all that many features on a mask, you just need it to work.
It still needs more moolah for that surgery. The best to ask them town folks how to get to Doc's place up here in Mongo Valley.
just have a look up here, because I bet there's probably some treasure chests or something hidden up here. Yeah, it's probably a bit like the CT12 then. It was made in far less numbers because
Best open that door now.
Oh, nice try, dumbass. No entry till you know the password.
but yeah, it's probably like the CT12 where it was just made in far less numbers than the FM12 because it was a more specialised mask. Is there anything of value around here? Because sometimes there's hidden like money stashes around the back of the buildings. But I guess not.
Welcome to the general store. How can I help you?
We're at 200, might as well buy it. The upgrades I don't mind paying more for, but it's just the ammo I don't particularly like spending a lot on. Because, you know, like you can just gather the ammo up from anywhere.
Check my inventory later. We get in new items from time to time.
Yeah, I mean, you're quite lucky in the UK at least for ordering gas masks that you can buy from most of Europe without trouble. But like the thing I always say is, you know, I only ever buy from Europe when the prices are reasonable, or like, you know, for individual masks really. I don't want to spend a shitload of money on a mask, so I just wait to see masks at sensible prices.
Going after explosives, are you? Well, once you start in on them, there ain't no turning back. That's because he's up high in them canyons.
Well, lots of gas masks aren't from the UK. It's just that if you're in the UK, it's easy to get them. Because ordering from European countries, unless it's Russia, the postage is quite reasonable. But that is one of the annoying things, is actually ordering from Russia. Lots of Russians try and con you on the postage, where they say, you know, it'll cost £40 to send a lightweight parcel, and it really wouldn't, because I actually looked up what the prices would be, and it'd be like £10 at most for a gas mask size parcel. So yeah, that's a problem I've had, where I've not bought a GP9 despite the fact I'd like one, or some of the other modern Russian masks, is because the Russians want to charge you stupid amounts of money for the postage. Even if they're only asking for like £20 to £30 for the mask, they didn't want to charge you that price again on postage. So it's why I've, you know, like never bothered getting many Russian masks. Like modern Russian ones, I mean, not the ones that are all over Europe from the fall of the Soviet Union period. Right, which direction do I need to go in to get to? Is it this one? Yeah. Oh yeah, thank you, Richard. I always forget to say that. When you say favourite bug, do you mean my favourite one to shoot them with? Well, I mean, obviously I use the electric one the most because it's the most practical. But otherwise, probably either Fud Slugs or Boom Bats. I don't really know, because they're the ones that, you know, do a lot of damage and knock them over. Like, there's some I very rarely use, like Bowler Mites I very rarely use, because they're not very practical. Like, there's one or two bosses you can tie up with them, but for the most part, a lot of enemies are immune to them. See, I like it now I've got the upgraded, like, brass knuckle kind of thing, that I can use the knuckle dusters to, you know, do a lot more damage to the enemies. Like, one hit, knock them out. I actually have the soundtrack to this on the CD. Oh, that's the point. If you're ever rewatching any of these streams after the video's gone live, and you notice that the audio cuts out at a certain point, it's because now and again I get automated copyright claims on these. So I can either have the video as it is and not get any money from it, or I can mute the audio in certain parts of the video and still maintain the rights to monetize it. So that's what I do is... Oh, it's a lot older than Fallout 3. I can't really see the comparison, to be honest, because it's not in a game at all that looks like Oddworld.
I bet they did. I'll keep an eye out, though.
Have you seen Fallout 76? It looks absolutely terrible. Well, it is absolutely terrible, it doesn't just look it. You can see the people playing it who've got beta access, and it's just so stupidly broken. SHM41 is exactly the same as a GP5, just a metal valve. Housing slightly different. Don't use the Soviet filters they come with. If you use something like an FP5 filter, you know, absolutely fine. But if you were going to go for a Soviet mask, I'd definitely advise you go for you know, like later ones, like a PMG2, that kind of thing, or an SHMS, where you get a voice diaphragm on it. You know, they're slightly better masks, and they're generally always the same sort of price to buy any of those as surplus. So I just recommend getting the better masks. If you're going to actually use a Soviet mask, you might as well just get one that has the most features, which is, you know, straightforward and works. I imagine I have to go over the platform there.
Over there? Oh yeah! Over there! Around here somewhere!
So bowler mites don't work on these guys either. Work on those though. Yeah, I've been watching Mike stream a load of it, but I don't have a PS4 or a Xbox One, so can't get it because Rockstar, for whatever reason, don't do PC releases straight away, which is stupid, but they're lost of a big market.
Boss, we got company! You better get out of here! What the... Oh, shit! I better ride down and guard my loot! Gotcha, boss! Don't let that son of a clacker get down the canyon, you hear me? Don't worry. He's gonna be a pile of ashes in a few minutes. Hey, who's that? Side, shitbag! Come out and get it, boy! Shoot him down! Getting close to the loot! Shoot him! Watch your step! Hey, he's in the boss's car! He's getting in the cave! You didn't think this was gonna be easy!
I've never heard of ibuprofen for breakfast.
I see you down there!
I've just had 2 cups of coffee this morning, currently drinking herbal tea, and I had just a chocolate bar for breakfast.
I don't think anyone could survive that ride. Those carts
Now this bit's quite interesting, because if I did a better job, you know, when I was on the cart killing a load of these guys, this bit now gets easier, but if you didn't get enough of the guys going across, this bit's quite hard, because they're shooting at you from high up and at this level. There's at least 2 snipers up there, isn't there? Might as well hit these explosives as I go, so guys can't go onto the platforms with the explosives. Oh dear, he's got back up. There's still a load more up there apparently, but I can't see where they are. Yeah, if you're not subscribed to Weapon Collector, give him a subscription if you like my sort of stuff, because you'd like his sort of stuff. Mike's a lot better at making things than me. You know, like where he kind of cuts down machetes or whatever and regrinds them. Also Richard Weaponsmith, look at his channel if you like that sort of thing. Alright, slowly getting through this area. This is the only area in the game so far I've actually used a lot of bowler mites up. Because in most areas I never use them at all, but they're actually quite useful against the machine gun and flamethrower guys. Oh look, and that's a good thing. There's some more for me to capture. Right, so that's those full again. Full on fuzzles, yep. Full on them. Glad you like having shout-outs and like, so I never mind giving you shout-outs. No, gas masks aren't illegal. But I don't know why a random person would walk up to me and say that anyway, because I don't wear them out and about. I've only ever done that for like fun runs and things like that. Like, you know, charity things. I would never randomly just put a mask on and wear it around, because somebody would think there's like a chemical terrorism thing, wouldn't they, if you did that? Might as well get those ammo boxes broken now. The enemies there I can't actually see yet, can I? So I'll have to go into the arena and fight them. I've played Halo 1 and 2, they're the only two Halo games I've played. They were all quite good.
Someone's down here!
I guess they're like modelled ones on there that you can't actually break. Right, I'll do a save here because I bet this is where you fight the boss, and I have a feeling this is quite a hard boss if I remember right. Come on, save. There you go. No, you can have a shout out random Mitchell YT, but I don't know what sort of videos you make, so I can't really give you a good shout out, can I?
Been waiting for you, stranger. Well, that's good to know. Now why don't you come on down and make it easy on yourself? Oh, sure thing. I'll come down. You want me to tie myself up too? Yeah. Make him dance, boys. Damn, can't bag him in that cart. If I activate them track switches when they bleepin', it should bring him closer to me when he goes through them.
Now deal with the snipers first, because they're going to be the most annoying things.
Alright, McGee. You looking for a beating? You got one coming.
Yeah, come on. Come on. There we go. where are the mortar guys shooting from? Or is it the boss that shoots him? Yeah, it's the boss shooting those, isn't it? I'll deal the next wave of them now. Alright, I need to take out his turrets, I think, first. It's doing a lot of damage to me. It's, yeah, him doing that, isn't it? Can I destroy that? Dead. Right, let's load up my quick save. Right, okay, it's saved here. Right, I'll deal with these guys first, I think. Maybe that's a bad idea. Immediately dead again. Yeah, I remember when I used to play this as a kid, I got stuck on this bit for ages, because this is probably one of the hardest bits. Tell you what, can I use a combo with FUD slugs and the zap things? Dead again. Boom bats might work a bit better. Let's try that. I don't want the bloody FUD slugs though. Dead again. I'm not going to even try and get this guy alive. Right, what I'll do is I'll fire some boom bats into there just to deal these guys quickly. Oh, there's a turret in here as well, bloody hell. Yeah, but you can't get the stamina down easily because the stamina regenerates really fast. See, if you look at that, I've already killed him, because his stamina doesn't really go down very fast at all. His health goes down much faster than his stamina.
Now that's how you get them.
I know I'm wasting like good ammo at the moment. I just want to get past these guys now because this bit's annoying me. Kill that turret. just shoot that at my leisure now, can't I, using the zap flies? Alright, cheers. The thing is as well, you don't really need to take many of these bosses alive, because I'm at the point in the game now where I have more money than I can actually physically spend, unless I, you know, bought all the ammo from the general store, which I never do anyway, I just hunt it, because ammo's really expensive. Yeah, oh, it's just gone to a, I thought it was frozen then, but yeah, it just gone to like a different camera angle. But yeah, that's the thing is, the amount of money you're getting from each of the missions now compared to the amount of upgrades available. There's not really any point, you know, trying to take the bosses alive. I mean, the ones I can get easily enough where you can just use the Fud Slugs and the Zap Flies to knock their stamina down fast enough, yeah, but when they do that much damage, there's no point like dying 50 times when you don't need the money anyway. Oh yeah, because the M50 is a much better master than the GSR. The GSR is just so crap in comparison. The only thing that's slightly better on the GSR, I'd say, is I don't know how much better it is, but the way the filters connect, like the valves, because the M50 had that problem, didn't it, where they then changed the valve design on it. I've got the older one, which is why my filters don't seal it properly when I take them off. So the GSR might do that a bit better, but then the GSR restricts your breathing by so much, it's a massive disadvantage. But yeah, in terms of weight and bulk, the M50 is much better than the GSR.
You took out explosives. Wow, you're building up a badass reputation, boy.
Game you're on about, yeah, but don't give anybody spoilers.
Oh, I've got some more bounties, but they're downriver. You'll need a Mongo River pass to get them. Head over to the general store to get one, then come back here for a bounty. Now we got more problems now that McGee's bounty hunters might be around. Well, it's good McGee's gone. Feel free to look around, but
I'll definitely get the upgraded thing. Oh, are they just the regular ones though? Yeah, I was like, I'll be able to harvest them, won't I, anyway, so I won't bother getting the thing.
now that you have a Mongo River pass, head over to the bounty store before heading down the river.
What were you trying to say about scrapping NATO filters?
He is out of here, but you hear about
Hey, can you open that gate?
Alrighty, you got a pass. I'll let you go through. I'd suggest you
Alright, good point. It's good the NPC tells you so I don't aimlessly wander around for a bit and going, oh, I've not got a bounty yet. I don't get what you're on about, scrapping NATO filters that came out in World War II.
If you're going after Fatty McBoom Boom, you're gonna have to talk to Sky Cart Joe. He runs a sky cart that can take you up to McBoom Boom's lair.
Oh, I get what you're saying. No, what they want is basically, I've done a video on this that's not live yet because I still think 40mm is the best filter type because it's the one everyone uses. But they wanted masks that would seal as soon as you took the filter off to reduce the risk of inhaling things. So the idea is because you have the dual filter design, when your filters are running out, you can take one filter off really calmly. That side seals, you can then put a new filter on, then do the other side, so there's no risk of you dying from holding your breath or gas getting into the mask. So it is good in that regard. Where's this Sky bloke? I have to talk to the Sky cart bloke. But yeah, but the problem is because only the M15 GSR are that kind of style mask, there's no point in them really. Yeah, but where's Sky Cart Joe? But yeah, there's a reason, like with Avon, that the FM12 is still their best-selling mask because most nations just want to buy a 40mm mask that's well built, rather than going, oh, I guess that's Sky Cart Joe in the top hat.
Yo, Joe, I hear you running a sky cart and...
Listen, piss off, poor boy. I got better things to do than talk to strangers.
So you heard what the Five Fingers said to the face?
What?
Now if that sky cart ain't running when I get back here, I might have to tell you another joke.
Oh, I'm going! I'm going!
Rarest mask, probably the two C7 masks I have, because they only made them for a couple of years and then they tried to recycle all of them. So the only ones available are ones where people forgot to send them back to get their like £5 reward or whatever it was. In terms of how much they're worth, again, it totally depends how much would people buy them for. But supposedly well over £100, like sometimes 200 to 400. But again, you'd have to find somebody willing to pay that for them. You know, it's quite theoretical saying how much is a certain mask worth, because it's only worth what people actually pay for it.
Sky cart for me?
Yeah, just get on. They kick your ass.
I'll have to go back and get the loot at some point, because there's obviously some of those crystals down there. Like I said, I don't even need the money really, but... Yeah, that's pretty damn good. Yeah, I'd get them if you could get them for that price, but most of the time you're not going to get them anywhere near a price as good as that. I guess you mean like VM37s or VM40s? Let's see if you're off. Yeah, I'll do another proper save game now. I'm never chunking. I'll probably finish the stream once I've done this bounty, because I've been streaming for an hour now, so I assume it'll be about half an hour to do this one. So yeah, I'll finish the stream once I've got Fatty McBoom Boom dead or alive. Well, I said I'm only going to be streaming for about another half an hour anyway, if you were listening. Oh, that's cool. That's like the weird looking mask, isn't it? The US made, like, in a really brief production period for, like, pilots or tank crewmen or something, wasn't it? I know the one you mean, because it's got, like, the weird eye shapes. They're, like, not triangles, or they're not circles. They're, like, kind of weird half-oval ones, aren't they? I very much doubt an M45 would turn up in the UK, though. For me to get. It's hard enough getting an M40.
What's that sound?
Right, I've learnt now not to waste bolamites on the suicide bombers, because unless you hit them before they activate the bomb, they always explode. Now, that's cool if you actually manage to get one in the UK, but yeah, I've never seen one for sale, let alone, you know, like, at a reasonable price. Yeah, there's loads of stuff like that. You might have something that's worth a certain amount in theory, but unless anybody's actually going to pay you that for it, it's not worth that amount, that, you know, a theoretical amount. Good, I'm full on bolamites again, because I'm actually using them at the moment. They're not actually gas masks though, they're like moulded on the 4A1, but they're not actually a 4A1, because otherwise they'd be losing money if they sell a bong mask for like £20 new, when the Israeli masks cost more than that. So they mould them on the 4A1, but then they're obviously made to take a bong rather than the thing. Right, if this is the way I'm meant to be going, I might as well. Where'd that spider go? That's the way I'm meant to be going. Might as well check this way again first. Oh, I forgot this was an ammo type, the one I just picked up. Let's test it. I think you have to use it in binocular mode, don't you? Yeah, you do. Okay. It's like an instant kill one that you use in the binoculars, like a sniper round. I think you can actually get more money from the snipers if you kill them, because I think they're 10 alive, 5 dead, aren't they? So if you kill them, get 5 for the bounty, and then they spawn a couple of money bags. Sometimes you actually get more from them that way.
I think we got a problem. Well, if you're thinking, son, then we really do have a problem. Alright, now listen up. I want your boys to shoot the head off anybody that moseys on in here. There ain't no way anyone's getting me without a fight. Tear 'em to pieces! What's going on here?
I'll just kill this one, because just want to get rid of these guys so I can go after the boss. I think after a while they do stop spawning. I just keep them wherever. I just put a bit of tape over them or keep them in a box. Asbestos doesn't have this magical power. It's not like it's gamma radiation or something like that. It's only really going to come out if the mask's in bad condition or the filter's in bad condition and you're like shaking them around. Also, why does everybody spell asbestos wrong? I really want to know why everybody spells it asbestos when that's not the word. Most of the henchmen dealt with now. That was close. Alright, let's capture this guy then. Quick, quick, quick.
Boom, boom, I say.
They've done that. I'm not going to get too political on this, but lots of military branches now do allow women in them. Now, what I think you should do is have the exact same requirements for men and women, and they should be very high. So, if a woman can't do those things, she can't go in. If she can go in, if that makes sense. But, you know, you shouldn't make the requirements lower for women, because what they do in a lot of the places is they make the requirements really low for women. So women can get in even if they can't do any of the physical, you know, like tests needed to get in. To a lot of military branches now, which means the combat effectiveness of all these units is massively lowered. So it should be the same requirements for men and women, and if the women can't do it, and if men can't do it, they can't get in. But that would make too much sense, so, you know. I think that's all of them. And there were those two from earlier. There we go. Right, now let's go hand in this bounty. Well, the best helmets are the very current American ones they're making. I can't remember if they're called the ACH or the ECH, but it's the one that's not even made from Kevlar anymore. It's like a thermoplastic or whatever they call it. And supposedly, you know, it's better than the Kevlar-free A helmets by like 20 or 30% in terms of protection, but it's actually lighter and they're cheaper to make because now they've got all the production, like, you know, stuff set up to make them. They're both a cheaper helmet to make and they offer better protection at lighter weight. So that's really cool, but hopefully a few other nations will start making similar stuff and then they'll turn up on the surplus market. Because if for less than £100 you could get a helmet that actually has a reasonable chance of stopping a rifle round, that would be amazing.
Did you hear? Someone took down that McBoom dirt. Oh, hey stranger, what goes boom boom clank clank? Fatty being thrown in jail.
Alright, we'll accept the next bounty, then I'll just save and quit. We'll do elbows freely.
Ooh, you're going after elbows freely? His whole gang is whacked out in the head. Good luck for that one, stranger.
Yeah, those Russian titanium helmets are really cool, but they're obviously very heavy. They're not for battlefield use. They're for, like, you know, like counter-terrorism, like raiding a building kind of use. They massively restrict vision, the one with the face visors on. And, yeah, the issue is that it's not easy to get them in the West if you're trying to actually buy them. Because there's, like I said before, there's just so many fakes around. So, you know, you're going to pay a shitload of money for something that might not even be a legitimate helmet, and then if you ever used it for its real use, you might, you know, die. See, I'd actually spend a load of money to buy all these upgraded sniper things, because they're really useful and you don't find them very often, but the others are pointless.
Did you find what you were looking for, stranger? If not, come back later.
Right, that'll do me for playing this today. I'll probably stream some more tomorrow afternoon, evening as well. But I just really felt like playing some more of this because I want to get through it. So, yeah. Thanks for watching, everybody. Stranger's got really big forearms compared to his biceps and triceps, hasn't he? I just noticed that. But yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. Yeah, exactly, that's the thing of those helmets. You have to make sure you're getting a legit one, then the price of the helmet and postage, even if you know you're getting a legit one, is still, you're going to be spending like $500 to $1,000 on it. Whereas I think when these advanced or enhanced, whatever they're called, combat helmets start becoming more common and on the surplus market, for like $50 to $100, you're going to get something getting pretty similar in terms of protection, but it's going to be a lot more lightweight and comfortable. So I personally think, you know, the more nations that start making these thermoplastic helmets, the better. And hopefully if there's thermoplastic helmets on the market, that would soon mean like thermoplastic kind of stuff in bulletproof vests, which means you might start getting like lighter weight plate carriers, kind of, you know, military vests that are, you know, far lighter than the current trauma plate ones, but offer a similar level of protection. Anyway, yeah, see ya. I'm going to get distracted now talking about helmets. So, see you, everybody. It's Wednesday today, isn't there? So there's a video at 5 PM anyway today. But yeah, see everybody around. Bye.